Now, we've kind of covered the big three: pensions, the budget, and tax reform. But let's talk about what else the House wants to see done in 2018. There are still other priorities, other bills that need to be passed. So what is the House going to be focused on outside of those three issues?
Yeah, I think there's several issues that we're going to be looking at, but as far as priority bills, I think that I would point to Leader Schell's essential skills bill that he worked really hard on last year and just didn't get it completed. That's certainly going to be a priority item. Chairman Koenig is again working on a workers' compensation reform bill that is certainly going to be a very high priority for us, and I think some other potential tort reform issues will come into the mix as well.
Peer review is something that, saw movement through the Senate but stopped short in the House. Do you expect to see that passage this year?
I'm not willing to predict passage yet, but I think it will certainly be one of the top issues that we look at. There was not a significant amount of necessarily of opposition in the House to the peer review panel last year, but it was more of a lack of knowledge of it. It was something that we had never debated in the House before, something that we had never gone through hearings on before. So it was really a learning curve for us to deal with on that particular issue. And similarly with medical review panels. And I think that there just wasn't time to get to fully address both of them.
So you bring up workers' comp and essential skills. Those are two huge priorities for the business community as well. And you guys had a really big commitment last year to get those passed, and they stopped short in the Senate. But you expect to have that same really strong push behind those two issues?
They will definitely be priority items for us. And I know that both of the sponsors of those bills have been working through the interim with Senate counterparts and with other interested parties to try to bring some resolution to those potential issues that are out there.
Now, another issue that's going around right now is legislative ethics. The no cup of coffee rule that says that lobbyists can't give to legislators has been ruled unconstitutional. Do you expect to see a legislative fix for that in 2018?
There's some people working on it, and it's hard to come up with a legislative fix for something that's been ruled unconstitutional. So I think we've got to be sensitive to the fact that we can only do so much statutorily to correct the situation. But I think that everybody's still committed to the broad concept of what we're doing, and I think that certainly, every single day we see an increased need to up our game and to make sure that we're keeping the highest of ethical standards.